live. Live. Ooh.
Fuck it, we'll record it later.
Live.
All right, we're going.
One of the options. We're live? We're live. Okay,
yes, sir.
All right. So, 279th time we're doing this.
Jesus
Must be
Christ.
something wrong with us.
I think there is.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, Air Canada CEO retires to learn the... I am. I didn't expect that word. Okay. Is that retires or retries? Retires, right? What are you trying to tell me there? If you're trying to tell me something, I can't hear you because you're off the screen.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing. All right, go ahead, go.
Is it?
It's retires.
Is it, okay. I just wanted to make sure I was reading it right. It tripped me up. All right. All right, we're going to try this again because I suck. And here we go with A block. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, Air Canada CEO retires to learn the French word for oops. A priest in Pittsburgh is trying to turn common cards into PSA 10s, which is a much harder miracle than that water to wine thing. Thai cops prove the best way to fight crime is a two-man velvet suit.
The Media Virus Podcast. Starring Matty Rockdef, the Reverend Professor, Mike Latoris, PhD, the ever-enchanting Miss Ricky Rockdef, Big Daddy Stanley McFadden, Grease Monkey Pete, Staff Writer Bill, Rex Couture Moore, and the rest are here on Matty Rockdef's TMVP News.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week. I am Matty Rockdef, the Mattiest of all Rockdefs, and living proof that anyone with a microphone and a complete lack of shame can have a podcast. But let's be real, okay? I am way too lazy to do this alone. So let me introduce the people who make this show possible. They're my enablers, my handlers, my emotional support staff, the people who help me pull this off every week. First, my incredible, beautiful, unbelievably hot wife of over 7 years, and our segment producer Ricky Rockdef. How you doing, baby?
Oh my God, I'm so good.
Oh, what's going on with you today?
So I had a important for me weigh-in yesterday. I mean today.
Yeah.
And so now I can eat whatever I want. So I had cake.
Well, it was your mother's birthday. We had a little party for her.
Yeah.
So
tacos and cake.
That's the way to do it. Tacos and cake.
I'm all about tacos and cake.
And also joining us, our executive producer, the esteemed, the educated, the morally questionable Reverend Professor Mike Latoris, PhD. How you doing, Mike?
Good evening. Not too bad. Not too bad.
That's good. I feel like you could use a little bit more volume.
A little more volume?
Just a little. Just a hair.
Just a hair.
Now, remember, these...
You know, I'm going to pull it down here. I'm going to turn it up in the app because...
all right. So these are two people who at any point could have stopped me from starting this show. They had the warning signs. They had years of evidence, and they still said, "Yep, let's give him a microphone." So whatever happens tonight, it's technically their fault. So let's get into it this week.
Blame me.
The world. Well, I'm not blaming just you. It's the both of you.
Is that too much?
You know who deflects?
Somebody's got to be the adult in the room. You know what I mean?
You know who deflects a lot?
Who's that?
You know what kind of personality deflects a lot? It's never their fault. It's always on someone else.
I'm unfamiliar.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Jeez, you know what? I came in here with a totally wrong background. Let me get rid of that.
Yeah, you did. That's for the next show.
Yeah.
But
I got into I was
busy.
Yeah, I was doing some work.
Were you looking for world peace?
Sort of.
Well, you're not going to find it here. Forget the Tower of Babel. Washington State just solved world peace with a spicy accent.
Ooh, Washington State. That's where Twilight's from.
Well, the state driver's license agency decided to automate their hotline for Spanish speakers. But instead of an actual translation, they just gave the computer a little extra passion. Can you read that part, Mike?
If you press 2 for Spanish, the AI doesn't translate a single word. It reads the English instructions back to you while sounding like it's auditioning for 3 a.m. Telenovela.
Step 1, por favor. Give us your social security number.
It's like the government thinks the Frito Bandito is a qualified linguist.
Did you hear about this?
No.
Could you? Yeah. You have nothing to say about this?
Hold on. So it's, what is it? Like they're just putting an English person with a Spanish accent?
It's just like, it's AI.
It was shitty Spanglish, basically, with an accent.
I'm dead. My ex-boyfriend used to do that. Like he had like guys that didn't speak English or spoke bad English.
Right.
Excuse me. And they, and he would like talk like in broken English to like help them understand. And I was like, that's a little patronizing, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I had just real quick. I had this. It was a 9th grade algebra teacher. His name was Mr. McAlpin. And Mr. McAlpin in the springtime had to leave.
Okay. Because
he coached AAA ball.
Okay.
And he spoke no Spanish whatsoever. And he literally said, when I'm talking to these, because none of them, it was AAA ball back in the 90s. So none of them spoke English.
No, none of them were from here.
Right. So he's like, I just add O to the end of every. Looking back on it now, it's really insulting.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But that's literally like
it's probably true as well.
How a grown man thought in the,
Yeah.
Was that 92? It's like my freshman year. All right. So that's basically what's going on here. You'd hit 2 and then you just get like if you want some, you can have
maybe you want some.
Like that.
Yeah. That's my sister's mother-in-law. She sent her a voice note. Well, she sent her a picture of food that she made. And then she sent a voice note that said, maybe you want some. And so I say that several times a day now.
I can't wait for the French version where the AI just smokes and mocks your outfit, refuses to work on Fridays.
And takes a long lunch.
Yeah, right. It's good to know our tax dollars are being used to turn the DMV into an accidental racist improv troupe.
Oh, goodness.
And for some reason, I have the same story in here twice. I think I did that
Have you ever done this before?
No. But speaking of French. The scene. My grandfather used to speak French in the morning.
Sounds like something your mom would say.
The CEO of a national airline in Canada with 2 official languages should probably know at least 2 words in the second one. Air Canada's Michael Rousseau is taking an early retirement after he delivered a crash update entirely in English. In Canada, a country where even the maple syrup labels have more linguistic range than this guy.
I mean, really, the guy's getting canceled because he doesn't speak the other language. Not everybody in Canada speaks French.
No, but if you're the leader of the fucking country, like if you're like the CEO of a national airline, you should at least, I don't know French, bring a French guy up.
Agreed.
Right? If you can't speak it, go find I'm sure you can throw a rock and find somebody that fucking speaks French in Canada.
Yes, you can.
Especially Quebec.
Every fucking one of them will tell you about it. Or they'll just not speak English to you because they're dickheads like that sometimes. There's
an episode. Have you ever seen Letterkenny?
Yeah.
One of my favorite episodes is they're talking about Quebec.
Uh-huh.
It's like, and every one of them says it different. It's great in Quebec. Oh yeah, Quebec. It's like just like
Quebec is actually the way that most Quebecers, which is what they call themselves, will say it.
But imagine leading a national carrier and the only French word you've ever mastered is poutine. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's so much easier than put some gravy on my cheese curds and fries.
You guys have just go fries.
That's exactly what fucking disco fries are. Just shitty poutine. But
New Jersey poutine.
I went to Kid Shalene's in Wilmington one time, and it was
our neck of the woods.
Nope, different. I went to the original Kids.
The OG.
Yeah, the original Kids down at 14th and Scott. And on their old menu, they had poutine.
Poutine.
And it was hand cut fries, fried in peanut oil.
Your mom's favorite.
Sounds pretty good.
With these really awesome fresh cheese curds, and the gravy was like was a foie gras gravy, so rich. It was incredible.
Love that.
Just had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just gotta remember the best poutine you ever fucking had. You know
my goodness, what are we saying?
You don't. No,
it's just poutine. It's pretty much
literally. I'm talking about poutine.
Anything I've ever eaten, I'll stop and think about from time to time.
Why is it a lot? You don't like poutine? You don't like disco fries?
I like disco fries.
Disco fries is basically.
I don't like whatever heathen things you guys are talking about.
It's called poutine. It's a dish.
Sure.
All right.
Mm.
It's a fresh cheese curd, like a fresh mozzarella type of a cheese.
No, I totally know. I'm just being a dick.
She's playing my game. And I realized it. I was like, I'm gonna let her go.
Thanks, I hate it.
You think that guy thinks the Quebecois?
I would say it's Quebecois.
I can't get it out of my face right
Either
now.
Quebecois or a Peck.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. It just won't come out of my face the right way.
Pequois.
What is?
Quebecois.
What are? Can we move on?
Quebecois.
All right. Well, you know what?
He thinks the Quebecois accent is just a very specific aggressive speech impediment. That's kind of funny.
That's a good line.
I like that.
That is a good line. Well, moving on. Forget canine.
So
forget canine units. The Thai police just upgraded to a K-line unit, and it is total neon felt circus. In what the fuck?
In what the fuck?
In Nonthaburi province, an elusive serial burglar thought he could disappear into the crowds of busy temple fair. Little did he know that the traditional lion dancers weren't there for tips. They were the Metropolitan Police Department waiting to pounce. Now, my question is, if they got tips, did they get to keep them?
Oh, right. Or you donate it back. Like, oh no, we're not really.
Maybe it goes.
You give me a tip for doing a good job. I'm keeping it. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I did a good job regardless. No.
Right.
Maybe it goes to the police athletic fund.
I don't give a fuck.
But we are talking about.
They take care of the kids. They play like the police athletic league games.
I don't know if Thailand has has a PAL program, but we are talking about professional officers spending their shift in a 2-person synchronized costume, doing rhythmic high kicks and blinking their googly eyes while looking for a criminal. But imagine the sheer terror of getting tackled by a mystical festival creature while a drum corps plays you into the back of a squad car.
I'm sorry, sir. You're under arrest for grand larceny and for ruining our choreography.
Right.
Hey, imagine that morning briefing. Officer Sumchai, you're the head. Officer Bunmi, you're the posterior. Try to keep that tail wagging. Authoritative.
Well, it was a police sting where the undercover vehicle was just 2 grown men in shared velvet pants.
Did they get him?
They got him.
Good for them. So creative.
Speaking of creative, the road to heaven is paved with good intentions. Actually, it's the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but the road to Walmart is paved with a desperate need for a holographic Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
All right, go ahead.
The head priest of Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in Pittsburgh is facing charges after allegedly trying to shoplift over $1,000 worth of baseball cards from a Walmart. Apparently, the good book wasn't providing enough stats, so he decided to seek spiritual enlightenment and high ROI in the toy aisle.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But we're talking about a man who leads a historical cathedral and contemplates the eternal soul. And his Breaking Bad moment involves a high-stakes showdown with a self-checkout machine over a stack of cardboard rookie cards. Imagine that confession. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Also, do you have any trades for this Mike Trout?
Okay. What is it?
He's out there trying to turn water into wine and Walmart inventory into a PSA 10 retirement fund.
Next, dude, Sunday sermon's going to be a fucking tough putt, dude.
What do they call that? A rip?
Bless. Yeah, dude.
Yes. When you're ripping open the cards, yeah. The PSA 10, that's for all my my work buds that listen. That PSA is the company that is known for grading these cards. So it's a big part of the lingo around the old shop there.
Well, there you go. A little something for the fellas.
A little something for
Hey, you know what? They listen to us, and we appreciate that. And we appreciate them checking us out, and we appreciate them sharing us up, and we love it.
Yep.
But I guess it's true what they say. God works in mysterious ways, but Walmart loss prevention works in 4K.
Okay.
Nice.
That is such a Gen Z thing to say. 4K.
Well, I mean,
Did you upgrade Byte Reynolds?
Sort of. We started using Gemini.
Oh my
And a lot of this is put together by a new back end that I built.
Oh, Mike built an entire fucking content generating machine that goes and looks for stories with the places that we usually look for stories.
Like
It finds the best ones, and then we can whittle away from there.
And I built a specific version for Ricky.
Oh, it's specific
To Ricky with TMZ and
Shade Room.
Shade Room.
Oh, the real news then?
Yeah, TMZ, Shade Room, Page 6.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking.
And other
people-
basic internet stuff was there. Just
Can we have it reference X?
I don't know.
We have to figure that out.
All right.
But
Did you guys hear about Jen Shaw?
who's Jen Shaw?
She's the first convicted felon from Real Housewives of what's Utah? Salt Lake City.
Okay.
She did her first interview, and it's going to air, I think, tomorrow on the People app.
Oh,
Very big stuff.
all right.
Oh.
Well, the FBI has officially been replaced by Twitter stans, trying to figure out if Zendaya is getting married or just really into high-end white lace.
Oh, I thought she was already married. I thought maybe that was a fake news.
Well, fashion icon Zendaya is treating the red carpet like a cryptic scavenger hunt, teasing bridal-themed, featuring a something old, something new, and something borrowed. The internet is currently in a collective cognition meltdown trying to decode a wedding date from a hemline.
Well, we know who Zendaya is marrying, right?
Oh, I heard that this morning. I don't remember.
You know, the most recent Super Spider-Man?
Okay.
Tom Holland.
Ah.
Wow.
Well, we've reached peak brain rot where a woman can't just wear a dress. She has to provide a 40-page syllabus of clues for people to treat a stylist's whim like a coded message from a deep state operative.
Listen, I just feel like there is so much fun in lore and Easter eggs, and people are, feeding into it. And that's all.
Well, if she shows up with something blue tomorrow, the global futures market for wedding cake stock is going to collapse.
Next
That was
week,
funnier
she'll
when I
show
read
up
it in my head.
in a literal veil and a bouquet of lilies, and we'll still have red carpet experts on the news debating whether it's method acting for a new line of vitamins.
So cynical. Jeez Louise.
I can't wait for her to actually get married in a neon green tracksuit, just despite every person currently analyzing her thread count.
Oh, no. She'll be wearing like Dior watch.
Well,
You heard it here first. Okay, so this I'm interested in because I don't know a lot about these people, but they are a hot topic.
so yeah, usually you have to wait until the after the final Rose special for the police to show up. But Taylor Frankie Paul is a real overachiever.
Hold on. She's not just a bachelorette. She is the head mom from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu.
Okay.
So she's got a kid. Oh yeah, obviously she has a kid because that's so she's a
she's
Mormon.
she's like divorced.
Well,
Oh dear.
ABC just hit delete on the entire 22nd season of The Bachelorette before it even aired because their lead is currently the subject of a domestic violence investigation.
Uh-oh.
Taylor Frankie Paul, the mom talk queen who thought she was going from viral dances to handing out roses, but ended up handling her lawyers a massive headache. Cops say Taylor allegedly scratched and struck her ex, Dakota Mortensen, who was reportedly too apprehensive to report it at first because she's a high-profile influencer.
So this is actually, there's a video of it. There's a video of her like throwing a stool. There is a video, like I think she like hits like her kid on accident. I think the stool like hits the kid.
Yeah, that was the big. That's why everybody's, because nobody gives a shit that she's beating this guy.
Like
it's when the
like a backless chair, right?
It was
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like poop.
Well, stool means something else too.
Oh, you're looking for the video?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So yeah, the video is actually kind of. I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't really want to.
I mean, I don't like. Yeah, I don't want to like glorify it. Like, even just because it's a woman doing it to a man, like it's still not okay.
No. And right. It's violence isn't.
Violence is not the vibe.
So I'm not.
It's fine. I don't think we should play the video because it might
All right.
like give her views or something. I don't want to pay this girl for her being a offender.
I mean, her colleagues are already on podcast defending her, saying we don't have the whole story, which is usually a reality speak for I'd like to stay relevant, even though the show is canceled. Dakota was apparently so intimidated by her TikTok fame that he stayed silent about the physical assault. It's the first time a ring light has ever been used as a weapon of intimidation. I don't think so. I think someone's fame can definitely be intimidating to their partner. Now, I know you deal with it all the time. People come up to me and say, "Hey, you're Matty Rockdef." And I'm going,
Who the fuck ever said that to you but me?
Literally, what are you
Can you
saying?
guys just play
Are you
along?
having
You guys
a
ever
stroke?
have you guys ever taken one improv class? Yes, and for fuck's sake.
No, the fuck.
All right. Well, Christopher Wood is out here fighting for her honor on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast while the show's hard drive is sitting in a literal incinerator.
Yikes.
I guess the most dramatic season ever actually meant the one we legally cannot broadcast.
Well, I think that like she's about to get canceled and they don't want to be part of that.
No, absolutely.
I wonder like how the payments for that show went. Like, does she now owe ABC a shit ton of money that they just lost?
She may.
Dude, it's not like I was watching this one thing. It's
She may
like
have to pay them back a certain amount.
Right.
like hotels like will give you like the rooms. Vendors will give you just to have a Pepsi on the show.
Right.
They'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Like whatever they'll and that's all paid promotion. That who knows? That's all in limbo. Like what we shelled all this money for. Are you putting a?
I got. Give me a second. I'm sorry.
Take your time. Do what you gotta do. All right, so we'll skip that one because that's like the Real Housewife burglary blooper reel.
What?
Breaking into a Real Housewife's home is a bold choice, but these guys didn't even make it past the trailer. 3 men tried to break into Real Housewives of Miami star Larsa Pippen.
Oh my God. This is Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Oh, shit. And the entire heist was caught on her security camera.
Literally. Like, what are we doing? You don't think people don't have security? Like, hello?
The world's most unmotivated burglars, Trezon, Cortez, and Elijah, who apparently didn't realize that a housewife's home is a high security bunker with better lighting.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
They shattered several windows to get inside, but then they couldn't immediately force their way in. They just gave up and drove away.
Oh my God, that's so Gen Z. This is hard. I'm gonna leave.
Dude, I want to break into this house full of really expensive shit, and but it's so hard.
I just like the thing is like
Who's gonna
If
clean
you-
up the fucking glass before I walk by?
Right. Like if you take like a Birkin bag, they can find out whose Birkin this is, and like, you know what I mean? Like they'll know who you stole it from.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
if
some
you-
things that are so limited that
Right. Like what are you gonna steal? And then like who are you selling this to? Like that's the part I don't get. Like when people like steal things like to sell it for money, it's like if you steal like these fancy jewels, like who the fuck are you selling it to that doesn't assume it's stolen? Like
Yeah,
what do you mean? Am I naive? I don't know.
stuff, but yeah,
I wouldn't even know how to sell stolen merchandise anymore.
Literally, a pawn shop is going to be like, "Where'd you get this?"
You know?
yeah, I mean, pawn shops a lot get their feet held to the fire big time. Like they've got to keep all kinds of records and databases.
Right.
Well, Larsa wasn't even home, but her security cameras were working harder for the content than these guys were for the burglary.
Mm.
They were caught red-handed on video, and I guess they forgot in Miami, if you aren't being filmed, you don't really actually exist. They're facing charges for attempted burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, which is legal speak for being remarkably bad at your job.
Mm-hmm.
Remarkably bad.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, I bet you think that the Department of Transportation is pretty boring,
Well,
but you clearly haven't seen the Secretary's new IMDb page.
Oh, geez.
I have some special inside information on that. Excuse me. I've been to the Department of Transportation.
Well, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is returning to his reality TV roots by hiring the original Real World producers to film his family's cross-country road trip for YouTube.
Not for you too.
Sean Duffy, the man proving that once you've lived in a house with 7 strangers in 1997, you never truly leave the confessional booth. He's dragging his wife, Rachel Campos Duffy, Rachel Campos Duffy, and her
shit.
9 kids, and their nine kids.
Yo, how do you feed
What?
9 children on a state worker's salary?
What do you even?
Fuck, dude.
Dude, I've
Listen,
known
there
some
was
state workers that can barely feed themselves.
no, because there's like all these documentaries that's like in those like villages that are like super extra Jewish, like Hasidic,
Right.
and they have like a shit ton of kids. And like the guy's going around like asking all these men, like, what do you do for work? How many kids do you have? Wow, you have so many kids. What do you do for work? And like they're just like super like vague. They're like, oh, I'm in sales. Oh, what do you sell? Oh, I sell goods for my company. Oh, what kind of company is it? What kind of goods? And they just keep getting vague and vague and vague and vague. And so the tea is they all just have a shit ton of kids and get government assistance.
Maybe. Or they're in
If
other
he's got 9 kids, I hope he's getting some kind of assistance stuff. Yeah, but they're going to like the theme parks and national landmarks under the guise of a patriotic mission for the country's 250th birthday. We don't have to say, guys. I feel like that's a patriotic mission going around. That's fucking awesome. Our country's transportation secretary is taking his wife and children on a vacation on a fucking road trip.
You know how miserable they're going to be?
Well, dude, here's the thing. He's going to see the highways. He's going to see how, he's going to see what can work better. He's taking it all in. And then there's visual proof, and he's announcing. I mean, I think it's a cool thing. That's just me.
I agree. It is. I'd like to drive more of the country. I've driven around the country, not necessarily across it. I've driven in different places, and I've driven from here a certain amount. Things change when you're in different states, and it's a function of how the funding and all works.
Right.
But
I think
there's some states that are really doing it well, and some states that leave some to be desired. But
Okay, so just real quick, I looked up the Real World season that Sean Duffy was on, and he was on season 6,
okay,
which was in Boston.
all right.
There you go.
And I recognize him ish, but the most like famous person to come out of the Boston episodes
Mhm.
is Cyrus. So if anyone remembers Cyrus from Real World Boston, I do, but everybody else I don't quite remember them.
What is it that you remember?
I mostly remember Cyrus from from like the challenge, just because like he was an older guy, like when the challenge like was like doing. But also Sean Duffy is married to Rachel Campos, who was on San Francisco. San Francisco was the season that had Pedro, who was like an AIDS.
Yeah, I remember
activist.
Pedro.
Yeah, so Sean Duffy is married to Rachel, who was on the same season as Pedro in San Francisco. I was a Real World girl. Like since I'm a little kid, like since I'm 7 or 8 years old, I've been watching Real World or Road Rules, and I know that is way too young.
What year?
1997.
1997. So you were 9 years old.
I remember. So I turned 9 when we moved to the sticks, and I remember watching Road Rules with like Mark and Eric, the people on the show. I remember watching that when I lived in the city still, and so I was like 7, 8 years old watching these shows. I remember David falling in love with the producer, in somewhere in California that they like worked on like with a fishmonger. That was my show. I thought I think I wrote it in my high school yearbook that like my ambition is to be on Real World and become America's sweetheart.
Monger's a weird word.
Yeah.
Like a fishmonger is just somebody that sells fish.
Has
right?
the fish for you. Has the fish.
Now, my mom used to call one of my brothers a whoremonger.
Oh my.
He's got the horse.
But he didn't sell any. He wasn't making money. He just
had him.
He had a thing for trashy women.
Your brother's a whoremonger, Matty.
Yeah, that's.
Don't be like your brother.
Oh Christ!
Find a nice girl.
Find a nice girl.
Anyways, what else?
Well, that is another A block in the books. If you aren't feeling at least slightly contagious yet, you aren't paying attention. We've covered everything from a priest who thinks thou shalt not steal doesn't apply to the sports section to the Washington DMV essentially hiring an offensive caricature to handle their Spanish callers. It's a fever dream out there, folks, and we're just the unlikely, unqualified tour guides making sure that you don't wake up, whether it's Thai police nabbing burglars while dressed as a festival lion or an Air Canada CEO retiring because he forgot his own country has 2 languages. The common theme remains people are really quite stupid. I'm Matty Rockdef. That's Ricky, reminding you that a pulse and an opinion are all you need to survive the apocalypse. We're going to be step away for a quick second before the authorities track our IP address, but don't move. The Standard Assholes podcast will be coming up soon, and it's promised to be even more unhinged than a kangaroo on a 3-day bender in Wisconsin. I don't know what the fuck that means, but we'll be back.
All right.
Don't forget to listen to Stepmoms Without Children.
Oh yeah, Stepmoms is back. I really, really enjoyed listening to Stepmoms, you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for encouraging us to come back.
Your chemistry is fantastic.
I love what the network is able to put together. You know what I mean? I know we have a gambit. If you don't like this show, you might like Ricky's show. You might like Standard Assholes. You're not going to like both of them.
No.
If you like this one,
no.
If you like this show, you got a chance of liking all 3.
Funny story.
What's that?
One of the guys at work who does listen, who had always been partial to C Block, has really enjoyed the asshole spin out. But told me the other day when I asked him what he thought, he said I think it's brilliant that you guys spun that out, and he said it makes me think about listening to the other show, and then I go back to it because I used to bump into it and listen to it because I bumped into it. Now he said I've actually started to miss it because he said I like that A block. I like it when Ricky speaks up and digs into Matty a little bit.
That's the magic sauce.
Whoever that listener is, love you, mean it.
That's Pat.
But she's,
Thanks,
Ricky
Pat.
is the magic sauce of A block. I refuse to, like, right now, to me, A block is a protected space.
Thanks, I hate it.
Like, do you want me to book guests and you can talk to people?
Oh, absolutely not.
There you go. So A block is a protected space where it's just us 3 and we commune and have a wonderful time. And I've had a wonderful time. I hope, baby, you've had at least a tolerable time.
That time was had.
A time was had.
There was time involved.
There absolutely was time involved.
Bye, Pat.
All right, that's it, man. Let's I forget which one.
This episode of the Media Virus Podcast is brought to you by 302-46-VOICE. That's 302-46-VOICE. If you want my voice on your project, dial 302-46-VOICE today. Don't forget to check out our sister show on the Media Virus Podcast Network, Stepmoms Without Children. Join Matty Rockdef as she takes a deep dive into the fascinating people she meets and thinks that you should meet too. Find Stepmoms Without Children at themediavirus.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your fine podcasts. Special thanks to mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com, delivering regional sports coverage straight to your devices via stream and podcast. Learn more at mysportsreports.com and delawaresports.com. If you wish to sponsor the Media Virus Podcast, email your contact information to pml@themediavirus.com with the subject line sponsor, or leave us a message at 646-VIRUS01. On behalf of the infection team and our feckless leader, Matty Rockdef, I'm the Reverend Professor Mike Latoris, coming from to you live high atop Uncle Butch Studios, with one hand firmly on the pulse and the other clawing for a shred of sanity. This has been the Media Virus Podcast. We'll be back next week. Find us at themediavirus.com, on social media, or download us now from your favorite podcast platform.